Myself, Vivek sir. Today we will start with the lesson 2 Geography. The name of the chapter is Forest and Wildlife Resources. Questions from this lesson will only come in the periodic test. Questions will not be coming from this lesson in the pre board or the main board exam. Again, questions will only be asked in the pre board and not the board and pre board exam. The name of the chapter, as you see, it is Forest and Wildlife Resources. In the previous lesson, if you remember, a classification was done on the basis of origin. When it is done on the basis of origin means having life, and it is called biotic resource, and not having life, it means abiotic resource. So these biotic resource, again it is of two types, means plants and animals. Plants and animals, if we combine together, so throughout the chapter a word has been used that means species. Then a botanical name has been used for the plants and animals. Flora, that means plant, and fauna, that means animals. So plants and animals combined together is called species. Plants are called flora, and animals, birds, and fishes all together, those are called fauna. If you see a word, it is given biodiversity. Bio means having life, diversity means different. So the word biodiversity means different types of life that is available on the earth, or different types of plants or animals that are available on the earth. So the introductory part is over. Now we come to the next heading, that is flora and fauna in India. So if 100% is the total number of species that is available in the world, then India is having the 8%. Total number of species in number, if we say, then it is 1.6 million species are there in the world. Some estimate also suggest that 10% of the India's recorded wild flora and 20% of its mammals are in the threatened list. Threatened list means that they may be very soon become endangered, then rare, and then at the last they may be getting extinct. India, it is a place where maximum plants and animals are living of different types. Mind it, not many, means different varieties of plants and animals have a place to live in India, because in India we have got different season in four season are there in 1 year. Then we have got different topography. The word topography or relief means plains, plateau, and mountains. So these different type of season or different type of topography other countries don't have. So in India we have got different types of plants and animals living in that the other country don't have. Why the other country don't have the different types of plant and species? Because those countries don't have the different type of season and topography. But few minutes few minutes ago I have told a word that many of these plants and species are under endangered, they may be becoming rare, and they may be becoming extinct. This is because these plants and animals are in great stress. Why they are in great stress? Because of this human being. Because we human beings are very much insensitive towards them. So this has led to the decrease in the number of flora and fauna at a great rate, and some of them who are endangered or rare or have become extinct, they don't have the ability to replenish, means to come up again. This next, children, let us understand the different categories of the existing plants and animal species. According to IUCN is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Again, IUCN is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. According to it, the species have been classified into normal species, endangered species, vulnerable species, rare species, endemic species, extinct species. So, one by one, we will let you know the detail of these types of species and their example. So, first we will deal with normal species. First category is normal species. This word normal I am using because I am using it with respect to its survival, and these species population is at a normal level. The example of normal species are cattle and pine rodents. The next one is endangered species. Means these species they have not extinct. They are not extinct, and they may extinct. They are in the danger of extinction because negative factors have led to decrease in their population. What are the negative factors? That huge consumption of some of the plants which are very few in number for making medicine or some other thing. Suppose some of the animal species are very few in number, if their hunting and poaching is done, so automatically their number may be decreasing. Now the example for this one is black buck, then Indian rhino. All these examples are given. Now let's come to the next one. Vulnerable species. This one now if you see the next one is vulnerable species. These species, if you remember the word vulnerable, it means prone. If you remember in the last year in economics, we have read this chapter, name the social groups that are vulnerable to poverty. So some of the species are also vulnerable to the extinction. What has been there? That it is a step forward. Means I am telling this in negative thing. Means a step forward towards extinction, but not extinct. So it is between endangered and rare. Some of the example is Asiatic elephant or gigantic dolphin. Next comes the rare species. Again, rare species. As the word is saying that more, they are less even than the vulnerable one. They have a very small population, means they may be falling between vulnerable between endangered and vulnerable. The example of these rare species are wild Asiatic buffalo, hornbill, and others. Next one is endemic species. These endemic species, they are found only in some of the particular areas, that is isolated by geographical barriers, that are isolated by the geographical barriers. So, endemic species are those species which live in an area that is not within the reach of human being. So, they live in the places where you will not be able to see many people living in those areas, or where civilization is not living there. Again, these species are found in the rare areas where you will not found many people living. So there might be some geographical barriers that may isolate them. The example is, suppose children, if you will see that Andaman and Nicobar area, it is a geographical barrier, means that Bay of Bengal is a geographical barrier. Many people don't go there. Unless you have an aeroplane or a ship, you won't be able to go there. So geographical barrier, this big ship is there, this big sea is there. So the example of this endemic species is Andaman teal, Nicobar pigeon. See, they have the name is also after them. And Arunachal Pradesh, if you see that it is in the Himalayan ranges, here it is also a very tough region to go. Here there is a species called Mithun in the Arunachal Pradesh. The next species is extinct species. If you break the word exit, this word has come from exit. In the PVR children, at the gate from which we go outside, you will see the word exit written there. Means go out, people may be using this door to go out. So inside the PVR, if we consider it as a earth and the gate, so suppose the animals or species who has gone outside from this earth permanently, not a single species, means not a single plant of that quality or not a single animal of that quality is living there. So they have got exit or exit from this earth permanently. So those species are called as extinct species. So how they have become this extinct species? Once they might have been normal, then their number would have decreased, means they would have become endangered. Then they would more decrease, they would have been vulnerable to become rare species. Then a time would have come when very few would have been living, 10 or 20. Finally, when they would have been killed or would have died their natural death, then that species is no more there. So they have become the extinct species. Some of the example are the Asiatic cheetah, the pink head duck